Welcome back to another episode of Travis Take Two. I'm Jordan Travis.
And I'm Devon Travis. And let me tell you something. We have a very, very, very special guest. One of the greatest Seminoles ever. Not just on the gridiron, but the hardwood as well, man. Mr. Charlie Ward. I know you know him a little bit. I'm excited to dig in and hear your guys' banter, man. But one of the greatest Seminoles of all time. One of the greatest two-sport athletes of all time as well, man. I'm so excited.
Heck yeah, bro. Stay tuned for that. And remember to follow Travis Take Two on all platforms. Like, comment, share, and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Let's get started, bro.
Let's get right into it, bro. Seminoles. I mean, you're dang right. That's where we starting. Kent State, 66-10, took care of business. What were your biggest thoughts and takeaways from that game?
Shoot, we're beating teams that we're supposed to beat. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Dominating teams that we're supposed to dominate. That's a better way to describe it. We're putting a lot of points up, rushing for a lot of yards. That's my favorite thing is seeing Florida State football back to running the ball. I mean, we set a record this past weekend. I think it was 498 yards right down there. We don't have to throw the ball. I mean, we play these teams and we can hand the ball off every single time and we can dominate them. And it's so cool to see them. The offensive line, coming together. I saw Gus Malzahn say this weekend, this is such a new offensive line, and they're all playing together, bro. Usually when it comes to offensive line, you have to get these guys, a lot of time together to get going.
Right.
These guys are all just being placed together like a puzzle, and they're playing so well. So watching them do that, and Makai Danzy,
baller.
He right now, bro. Watching him play football is so special because when I first saw him, he was just like he's just a fast kid. That's what I saw. I remember Coach Yak talking about like this kid's gonna be the truth. I didn't even think he was a receiver, bro. I thought he was a running back when we got him. He always reminded me of Lawrence Philly, just the way they look. But bro, he is special. I don't know if you saw that catch this weekend, bro, but on that post route, he's running. I don't know what he runs in the 200, 400, but the dude is fast, bro. The fastest player probably in all college football. To run as fast as he's running and the ball be not behind him, but a little bit behind. It's hard to throw a guy deep that's running that fast. Bro, he's running full speed and reached back and caught it over two defenders, bro. He's going to be the truth, and he's going to set us apart this season against the really good teams because no matter how good these teams are, you can't catch them. You literally cannot catch the kid. So I can't wait to see him this weekend against Virginia. Sneaky opponent, bro. Friday night. These games are always tough.
Sneaky.
Always tough, bro.
I might be a betting man, and I looked at the line, and I'm like, man, it's like 6.5, bro. Like, bullshit. 6.5. What?
Come on now. I saw something today. Like, what do we have to do to separate? We're Florida State. I respect Virginia a lot, but the way this team looks, just be yourselves. This game doesn't have to be close at all. At all. 6.5, come on now. Like, we are out there dominating football teams. Once again, people want to say Alabama wasn't Alabama that first game. We knew this was all going to happen. As soon as we beat Alabama, you knew it was either going to be Alabama's not the same football team that they were in years prior, or they just had an off game. And now they just had an off game because I saw something that said that, I don't know who said it, but Ty Simpson's the hottest quarterback in football. Tommy Castellanos is balling, so I don't understand that.
Yeah, good, because the SEC always has to come into play, bro.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right? Like, media.
Yeah.
SEC, they're the big dogs, and until we knock them off, we'll play second fiddle. Just focus on your business, continue to take care of your business, and watch out for them Noles in the end. Now, I do have an interesting question for you though, just because once again, I'm a fan of football. I'm not a football player. We never really looked forward to tomorrow playing baseball, right? 162 games is like, oh my God, if I think about tomorrow, then like, oh boy, I got 140 more to even think about. Like, just stay in the moment. Miami's on deck, playing at Virginia. A little bit of an inferior opponent. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I just mean in the sense of, like, let's be real, brand names in college football, like Florida State is quote unquote back. They're heading into Virginia. Virginia's playing well. Yeah. Like that offense is nice, and that quarterback's rolling, and I like their running back, and I like their receiver. It's a top 20 offense in the country. Mm-hmm. We're a top 20 offense as well. But you got Miami on deck. Like, how hard is that playing a game, especially an ACC game, our first ACC game with Miami on deck. How do you not like look over this game?
I mean,
truthfully,
you know what I'm gonna say, but like that's what I believe, bro. Like I'm gonna speak on what I believe. I really think Coach Norvell prepares you to focus on the week ahead, and you get caught up in. I mean, in the world today, you play these teams that a smaller team, and they still got a lot of guys with NIL. You got guys going everywhere. So True. I think these guys realize that this game, you cannot overlook this game. I mean, I believe the quarterback's name is Chandler Morris. I mean, he's special, bro. I mean, he's a 6-year guy. And their offensive line gave up 1 sack, I believe, all year. So
that's something.
Through 4 games, and he's thrown for over 1,000 yards. So, bro, I think we just go into this game and play Florida State football. I mean, Norvell prepares you. He really does. I mean, that's why I'm not even really worried. He prepares you to be ready. Their plan during the week with protecting your body, because it's a shorter week, and these guys are going to be ready, bro. They're going to come out and dominate. But, yeah, we can talk about Miami football. I mean, they don't have to. They can focus on this week, but I'm excited for that game because Miami looks good. I mean, they look good. That receiver, I don't know his name.
That freshman.
Tony.
He just turned 18.
It's the truth.
He reminds me of Kadarius Toney from University of Florida.
Yeah.
And he's always open, bro. Like third down and whatever, like they're going to that freshman. I mean, he reclassed up in a world today where guys reclass backwards nonstop to get a little bit of an advantage. And I don't blame him in today's recruiting landscape, especially in baseball. He reclassed up to get to college football a year early. Man, I tell you that the kid's special. This Miami team is damn good. But I want to back up for a second too, Jay, because I know it's like a big complaint amongst NFL football players that like play from Sunday and then have to bump up forward to play on Thursday. What's that like in the preparation from Saturday to now prepping for a Friday game? Like what happens initially to get ready for that Friday game?
I mean, I'm not sure exactly how it works. Like if you get a day off, I don't really remember playing many Friday games, but I don't remember if you get the day off on the typical Monday or do we push it just to Saturday and don't give any days off. But I know, I mean, NFL is Sunday to Thursday. We're Saturday to Friday. So, I mean, we're missing a day? They're missing Friday, Saturday, 2 days.
Right.
So, I mean, it's definitely more tough for them because those two, I mean, every day is important. But, I mean, you get still 5 days of preparation, which is my main concern is the body. Your body fully needs, I feel like, the days to recover because after those games, bro, you walk in on a Sunday and your body feels like you got hit by a train. I remember I used to walk into the facility in 2022 or 2021. They used to come up to me and say, what does it feel like you got hit by? I would either say train, a car, a bike, or I feel good. A lot of the time it was a freaking train. My body was hurting, bro. Hurting. But thank God we played Kent State this weekend and got up early because that's important. You get your guys, your starters, resting time. And you guys get the backups, obviously, a lot of time and preparation. So, yeah, bro. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, I don't think.
But concerned about Tommy at all? I mean, I know he left the game, probably gave you a little bit of, like, scary flashbacks, right? Like, I mean, shucks, dude. Like, the truth of the matter is we live in an era where your team normally goes as far as your quarterback can take you, and we need that guy at the helm. Like, you feel good, like he's going to be back, good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
no restraints.
He says he's 100% and feeling great. I mean, I know that's a quarterback's answer no matter what, but I think he's good, bro. I mean, he ran on the field after. He must have heard somebody talking in the locker room. The fans were freaking out because he came on the field jogging at halftime. But, I mean, talking about Tommy, I mean, that backup quarterback, I mean, obviously Brock Glenn, you know how I feel about Brock, but Kevin Sperry to be a true freshman, bro, I've been talking about him since day one, and Norvell loves him a lot. To go out there as a true freshman, no matter who you play, and be as confident and relaxed and not have happy feet and get into the top of his drop and just delivering the ball with timing and trust in his receivers. Norvell always says, trust your eyes, trust your feet. And that kid does it every single time. He drops back, and he knows his eyes are down the middle of the field, and he's still in that corner route on time. The kid's going to be the truth. I'm excited for his future, too, because he is the truth, bro.
Well, I'm that makes me happy because, I mean, I know we continue to jump in the portal to try to find a quarterback, but I know that Norvell and the staff has to be incredibly happy to say that and believe that they got a guy that they can groom from a true freshman moving forward. Probably takes a ton of pressure off of Norvell. And then, because I can't imagine, right, where, you know, you look back to a season like last year and knowing that they have to go and find a new quarterback, yet they're still trying to keep the sail and the ship afloat at the back end of a season. They're probably spending almost as much time preparing for a game as they are digging into the transfer portal and trying to find their next match. So, you know, I'm pretty damn certain that Florida State and the entire staff and the fans are super excited to see him get those opportunities, right? Because you do continue to mention that in those games where they do, you know, beat these teams up pretty good, those backup guys being able to come in and play, like that experience for Kevin Sperry is huge, right? Because those little moments in sports, right? Like confidence is everything, right? Like, and even though he's doing it against Kent State, like his confidence, you can see it like growing with every throw. So Florida State's in a good position moving forward, man. I tell you, Tommy Castellanos, got to have you back healthy, baby. Love watching you play. He's just explosive, man. He's a showman out there. And it just makes you feel at ease, right? Like when you have a quarterback that you believe in and you can tell like everybody is kind of like rallied around that energy. Yeah. You can see it freaking jump to the TV, man. I'm excited. Try not to look forward to Miami too much, but
we can look forward to it, bro.
I can't help myself.
I'm excited.
Can't help myself.
I mean, they play. I mean, no matter what, we can sit here and talk bad about Florida. I mean, that defense for Florida looked really good this weekend.
They did.
The score looks bad how it ended. That game was a lot closer than people want to make it seem. I mean, yeah, I feel terrible for DJ Lagway and watching him out there.
Sad.
It's sad because he has so much potential and so much talent, and he's such a great person. You can just see like he looks like he's like lost out there. And that's not always yes, the player, but you know that kid works hard and he just shows it. I feel like he's confident, and those guys around him all rally behind him and they all support him. You see like they're not pissed off on him on the sidelines. So I feel horrible for him. I heard he's in a boot. So hope he gets healthy. I mean, with college football these days, these kids might want a red shirt. That's the thing. You got to think about that. He never got his red shirt year, really.
Right.
So I pray for him and his family because I can only imagine. I see on Twitter people talking horrible. And once again, that's still a young kid that's gotten thrown into the fire. He got thrown into the fire, bro. I mean, literally as a starting quarterback at a SEC school, Florida, and this kid, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. So yeah. God bless him and his family. I pray for them.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm with you, right? Like we love Florida State, and obviously like the disdain that we have amongst our rivals in Florida and Miami. Like if someone can lose, I'd wish it would be both. But you know, you just look at him, right? Like, and I think you said it perfect, man. Like he looks lost, right? Yeah. And like so often we get caught up in these rivalries, and like we just lose sight of the fact that like these are just young kids trying to make their dream come true, and they're trying to represent the name on the front of their jersey, and oftentimes they're trying to make sure the name on their back of the jersey, they're making their family proud, their communities proud, and yeah, I think you said it great, bro. I hope he figures it out, and I hope that game at the end of the season, I hope he's back to, you know, DJ Lagway. He's a guy that's going to play in the NFL. I mean, I believe that. Yeah. So I hope he's back to full strength and gets that confidence back, man, because I can't help but think about you. You know, you told me there were times where, like, you couldn't even throw a spiral 5 yards, right? Like, damn, bro. Like I see Jordan Travis, my brother, and DJ Lagway. Like, screw the damn rivalry, bro. Like, figure it out, bro. Like, I can't wait till you're back and going. So I'm rooting for you, DJ.
Don't talk about emotions. I mean, I talked about emotions last week, and everyone calls you soft. I guess you can't be a football player with emotions. You can't get sad about tweets. You can't get sad about people talking about you just because you make a little bit of money. So we'll stay off that because now I'm allowed to talk about it. But looking back on it, I mean, these kids, no matter what you want to say, we have emotions. I don't care about how much money you get paid, and I'll say it every single week. I don't give a damn. You can still say whatever you got to say, but I'm going to say what I got to say. We have emotions as football players, baseball players, tennis players. There's a player for the Yankees right now that I watch, and I see the Yankees fan going off on him. It's a shortstop. What's his last name? Volpe?
Anthony Volpe.
I mean, he's probably having a tough year. I see it all on my Twitter. I don't know why it's on my Twitter because it must be just people talking crap about players. And that's what social media is.
That's what you look for.
I guess so. And I just feel bad. I don't really care. Like, once again, the money, like, no matter what you want to say, I don't even wish. I could have made a lot more money in my career. But money was never the thing. It's not about money. Money cannot, I will give all my money back just to be happy in life. I don't care about it. Like, you don't see chains and you don't see shoes. You don't see the clothes on us. We're not worried about money. I just want people to be happy, bro. I hate seeing people upset. I hate seeing people feel like they don't belong. Like, you should be able to walk around with your shoulders held high just as much as anybody else. As a fan that sits up in the stands, that's a lot of trash talk. You as a 45-year-old man that you're talking to 18-year-old kids, where these kids got to go to school the next day when you got to go to work. If we were sitting at your desk and talking shit to you 24/7,
damn right,
they would break. 100%. Right. So I'm so tired of that. I've seen a lot of comments on the page and tagging me and tweets, and that's been sitting on me. I'm like, man, we can't have emotions.
No one wants to see happiness, bro.
No one. This world is full of negativity and hate, and that's why, that's the point of this podcast, to bring a little bit of positivity and be God's light in this world and spread positivity to people and put smiles on people's faces, because a smile can freaking change anyone's day. Smile a little bit more. We don't have to be so negative.
Damn.
We don't.
Everything's left and right and what you believe in and all this politic talk, and it's like we live in it's just the truth, bro. Like we are living in the age of technology. We're living in the age of fans having access to get their thoughts out, and good for them. Like maybe that's a little bit of their outlet, but at the end of the day, there's a point in time for every athlete, and I never got to the point where I made like any crazy money, but there was a point in time where I was making pretty good money. And to be honest, like the whole saying of to whom much is given, much is expected. Like there's a point where the money is like null. You know what I mean? Like, this is just what I love to do. This is what I grew up. This is what I dreamt of my entire life. And then you get to this moment and we allow these like outside factors to affect us so much. And like, I guess like my biggest advice, I know like now that I'm coaching and I'm leading a group of young middle school to high school kids, like my biggest recommendation is delete your Twitter, like delete your Instagram. Like don't give these people the access to athletes, because it's nothing but a problem, right? Yeah. Like I'm guilty of a good game. And what's the first thing we do on a good game?
Type your name in Twitter.
Damn right. Yeah. Like you type your name in. Damn right. Like the search bar. Like Devon Travis into the search bar. Let's see what everybody says. And then bad game. What's the last thing we want to ever do?
Type your name in, but we do it every time.
Damn right. Like a little bit of time to settle. You're in the locker room. Like you're afraid to open up your app. You open it like, oh crap. No mentions. Oh shucks. 100+ mentions. Here we go. You open it. You look at it. First one's like, you suck. Thanks for ruining my parlay. Like, yeah, bro, no one gives a shit. We don't really care about your damn parlay. Because at the end of the day, we're playing this game for ourselves, our teammates, our family, the organization that you represent. Like it's bigger. It's bigger than all that crap. So my biggest recommendation to every damn athlete, like delete your Twitter, delete your Instagram. Don't give these damn people that are sitting at home that have no idea how hard it is to do what we do and how much work and countless hours is put in when no one's watching to get on that field, man. Don't allow any of these people's voices to affect you. Just delete it, man.
I feel like that's the only hard thing is like, especially now, you get all your deals. This is our job. For example, for me, my career ended and I'm lost. And talking about that, like I just saw something that Fran Brown, I believe that's the Syracuse coach's name, right?
Love him.
Syracuse, they have something called Syracuse 60. And I just saw it today, and they have every single player, I believe it said 100% of players within 60 days have a job somewhere else on their last day of playing football at Syracuse.
It's amazing.
Like that is so important. I was talking with someone this week and I cannot remember, but maybe you know who it was? It was someone that played at FIU, and he's from here. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Oh, Josh Turner. I played him at American Heritage. Mm-hmm. He said they just chew you up and kind of spit you out. That's what college is. And that's one thing that Norvell does really good. He cares about you and tries to build you. But at the end of the day, you're trying to find – what I was trying to do is find the easiest degree that I can have. And I was in social science, and I'm embarrassed to say that every time someone asks me what my degree was.
You got your degree, bro.
Social science. But we have – we're not prepared for anything after football. Like, we need to get more schools that care about the after, because, I know a player that used to play for the Bengals committed suicide I believe it was last night. So 45 years old. I believe his name is Rudy Johnson.
No way.
Yeah, bro. And that's the thing. Like, we're lost after football. Lost. And, like, that's why it brings you back down to earth. And people don't realize, once again, who knows, God bless his family and whatever he was going through and whatever they were going through. Because I can't imagine, bro. Like, we've all been there before where we said, like, whatever, that we're depressed and this and that. But, like, this guy was going through it. And he didn't have someone just to say, hey, are you okay? And to talk about it maybe. Maybe he did. I saw A.J. Brown wear a jacket this week that said something along the lines of check on your teammate. Like something as simple as that is just checking on someone that you love, because life is so important. And I feel like we get caught up in so much negativity and we hear the noise, and maybe he heard the noise or whatever he was going through, bro. And for someone to take their own life, like it's so deep, and we gotta get better in this world. Checking on people, checking on football players, baseball players, because when their career is over, we're lost. We have no idea which way to go, left, right, up, down. Thank God I've always had guidance from you guys, because if I didn't, who knows where I would be right now? You know,
sure.
I'm lost. I'm lost today. I don't know where I'm at. Thank God I have a family. Thank God I have a girlfriend. That's amazing. Thank God I have my friends. Thank God I have Florida State fan base that has my back. Because if not, bro, I don't know where I would be right now, because I'm down in the dumps and I'm lost. And we don't realize that we literally get done with football. You don't, because I thought football would be the last thing I'd like.
I thought you'd retire and sail off into the sunset.
Exactly.
Right?
But once again, you see Aaron Rodgers in the league for 21 years and you're like, bro, just freaking give it up. Go
right. Like,
go
you got
home.
enough money. Like
it's hard.
You did it all. You accomplished everything you want, and you're still going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's well said, bro. And you know, I number one, like I feel for you. I do. The truth of the matter is it ends for everybody, right? And this isn't just about checking on, you know, it's not just about checking on football players or baseball players, right? Just it's in our nature to think that, like, that's our only life, right? Like I only ever thought baseball. Like, yeah, like check on baseball players. Like, yeah, like check on football players, check on basketball players, check on the person that works at Publix. Hey, like, how about you walk somebody by somebody at Publix today that's behind that counter and that is taking your money and your credit card? And I guarantee you, like, the last time someone at work said to them, like, hey, how's your day going? Or something as simple as like, hey, thank you. Like, thank you for being here today. Because without you, like, I couldn't buy these groceries, right? Like take the time to make someone's day. Like, it ain't that hard. The truth of the matter in all this is negativity sells and positivity's born. Like, sad world we live in. Unfortunately, we have to figure out how to navigate this lifestyle. Yeah. But it starts with one person. Like you can control who you affect today. Like, I think, like, when I wish I was damn it better. Like, I need to be better. Like, I try to do my best to be happy, but the truth of the matter is sometimes I just fake it. Like, and I think there is something to life of faking it, right? Like, no one's shit's perfect, bro. Like, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one ever has perfect days. But I think about those random phone calls that I get sometime, or that random text message from a person I haven't heard from in forever. Not just the text message of, hey, nice game tonight. Hey, yeah, so cool. Like, no, man, like, yeah. I want the text message or the phone call from that random person that every now and then just says, Devon, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
simple.
That shit means so much, bro. Right? Yeah. So, like, let's, once again, like, we can't change the world, bro, but you can change the people around you. And if you affect one person who affects one person, now we got compound interest. Watch out, bro. Like,
yeah.
The world can get better. Let's focus, man. More positivity, more love.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one guy on the Jets, one coach in the Jets. He wasn't I believe he was the DB coach. He wasn't the head DB coach. He might have been the assistant DB coach, but he was from South Florida. And I remember one day, like, my main question for everybody the past 2 years have been, how's your leg? Screw my leg. I can give a damn. You can cut this leg off. Cut it off. Ask me how I'm doing. How's my heart? How's my head? There's one person. I mean, obviously, Adrian Martinez did it a lot. Tyrod Taylor asked me, how is your mental? How you doing, bro? But I remember one coach, probably the only person in the organization that asked, other than my coach, Coach Todd Downing, and the OC, they asked how I'm doing, but I remember one guy didn't speak much, and he came up to me and pulled me to the side. He goes, "How are you, man?" And like it brought a tear to my eye, and I'm like, no one has asked me like that's not been like right here in the circle, not the quarterback room that I'm there every day, but someone went out of their way just to say, "How are you doing?" And I told him, I said, "Man, no one has asked me that. Everyone has asked me, how's my leg?" I remember everyone asking every day, "Is your leg getting better? Is your leg getting better?" Man, I don't care if it ever gets better. I want my mind to get better. I want my heart to get better. I want to be a better person. I want to be able to help people. I want to be light in a world that helps spread the word of God and the goodness of the world and how special it is just to wake up in the morning. I want that. I don't care about my leg, bro. And I would never, that's why I'm not sad about my leg, bro. I'm sad about my mind, where my mind is on a daily basis when I wake up. I want to change that. And I have the power with God to change my mind. So that's all I really care about. And I think we get so caught up in this world about the wrong things, man. It matters on how the person is doing. I mean, like you said, one person can change. I mean, I've gone down so many different things. I want to create a clothing brand just freaking about mental health and just like one step and like taking that one step forward every single day. And you don't have to, you might take one step back, but the next day take 2 steps forward because, bro, I mean, life is special and it's as special as you make it because stop looking for the big things. We don't need the big boat. We don't need the big house. Shoot, give me a John boat, give me a little house and some food. I'm happy. That's all I need. Bro. That's it.
Damn right. Yeah, I mean, it's that's just so well said, Jordan. You know, I think about like when you're done playing, like what's like a big reason outside of the fact that like sports has left you and you know a lot of anxiety, right? Like you've dealt with a lot of anxiety when my career ended. Like I dealt with a lot of anxiety. All athletes deal with a lot of anxiety when they're currently playing, but for me, when it all ended, I think the hardest thing is like when you wake up in the morning, like our whole life, like we were always told, be here at this time, be there at this time. Like, and then when it ends, you wake up and no one's telling you what to do in life anymore. And I think that like we athletes are so spoiled in the sense of like our schedule's kind of given to us. And then when sports is taken from you, you got to learn how to figure out your own schedule now. And yeah, I know for me, that's been the hardest part. For you, I'm sure that's incredibly difficult. I just would challenge you, I guess, on this podcast because we don't really talk like we don't talk like this, like outside of this podcast room, right? Like our talks are about like just the world and life and hey, what are you doing? What's up? You want to come to the academy? Come check out the kids. Like that's why I think that like this new world of technology, like as much as it can cause problems, it can also be a beautiful thing because it allows me and you almost to like I know you better and we have a better relationship now from this podcast because we have the ability to just speak what we truly feel. Yeah. And we are not damn perfect and we cannot fix the world. And I tell you what, like there's days where I can be a hell of a lot better, but I can tell you what, I know without question that you ain't never getting today back. Yeah. You ain't getting today back, bro. So if it were gone and tomorrow was never a thing, I want to make sure that I go out on top, bro. Heck like that's what I try to pinch myself and remind myself every now and then. So that's good stuff. All right, let's get into NFL real quick. Don't want to talk about the Cowboys. Damn it, they let me down. But that's okay. 17-game season. Nobody's perfect. Stay positive, Devon. Here we go. Come on, talk yourself into it. But interesting situation going on in New York. Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards last week against the Cowboys. I think he's looked like damn good. Like, I really do. And, like, last week when the Giants, this past week, Giants played, the Chiefs, and they lost their field goal kicker, the great Graham Gano, Florida State Seminole. Shout out Seminoles, Graham Gano. But he couldn't kick because he had, like, a pregame groin injury. So he did kick one field goal, but from super short distance. And I think that Russell Wilson's whole game plan kind of flipped, right? Because there's no more field goals, a lot more shots down the field, understanding they're playing against Pat Mahomes, an offense that puts up a ton of points. But Jackson Dart has now been named the starting quarterback. Russell Wilson is out. There were boos in the stadium in MetLife. What's your take on just the difficulty of maybe playing a guy that's had a great career, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, having to now play and get booed, who's been playing pretty damn well on an 0-3 team now because of the excitement of a young rookie coming in, a first rounder?
I mean, I don't know the feeling. I mean, I could sit here and act like I know the feeling, but I don't. I can't imagine. But, I mean, I feel like that coach has to make a decision for himself, not just the state of New York and New York City, but for himself. I mean, if he doesn't get the fans what they want, they're going to boo him every single time they run on the field. Give them what they want. It's probably his mindset here. Like, Jackson Dart is a great quarterback, and I'm excited to see him. I met him out in L.A. On our little rookie premiere thing. He was at one of the events. I'm excited to see him. I mean, I think he's gonna be a great quarterback in the NFL. I think they were gonna wait a little bit longer to try to. Should probably show him the way a little bit, and have Jameis and Russell help him lead and teach him the ins and outs of the NFL. But I think he's ready. So I'm excited to see him go out there and play. But I feel like that's once the coach, fans getting involved and getting a coach to kind of push something. Because, I mean, New York Giants haven't had great seasons in the past few years. I mean, I don't know how long Brian
Dable.
How long has he been there? 3-4 years?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's a great coach.
Yeah, so he just has to make a decision for himself, because if they don't go out there and give the fans what they want, he'll probably get booed out the stadium, and they'll probably end up getting rid of him.
Damn fans again.
Yeah, I love the fans. They're the best.
I mean, the truth is, this isn't hate on fans, because we're just fans too, and we get upset all the time, and you hear me yell about Dak Prescott and all my frustration with the Cowboys, but the truth of the matter is the fans do
kind of runs the team,
and they pay our bills, and they're the reason we get the paychecks. And without the fans, we are nothing. So I guess I get it. I just feel for, maybe it's because I'm old, but I just feel for Russell Wilson, man. I'm like looking back, like, how do you throw for 450 yards the game prior, and now you're 0-3 and you lose your starting job. I guess tough league, right? It's the NFL. It's put up or shut up. And I get it, right? I guess they're 0-3. They think their season's gone. They play in the NFC East, super tough. Get the rookie in there, see what we got. But I feel bad for Russ, man. Yeah. I played against Russ in college too, college baseball, NC State.
Sick.
You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, super sick, dude. He's 5th, 6th, 4th round pick by the Yankees. I think it was the Yankees. Talk about dual sport athletes. We're going to have a sick dual sport athlete on today.
Yeah.
I guess just before we do start to drift into the most exciting segment, which is most definitely not us speaking. It's going to be Mr. Charlie Ward speaking. Two-sport athlete today. We live in a world where sports are super specialized. Guys are getting pushed in one direction. I know in my world, baseball, it's like if you don't focus on baseball every damn day, there will be someone who is doing it, and you'll get caught behind. What is your take specifically, Jord, on being a two-sport athlete? Do you like what you're seeing in sports today with just so much specialization?
I mean, as soon as you said that, Danzy popped in my mind. He's a track runner. I mean, I know he holds a record. I don't know if it's at Florida State or all NCAA. But, I mean, there's guys that can do it. I mean, Dion was able to do it back in the day.
And I mean, even like younger though, like these young kids, like 8, 9, 10, like it's one sport for a lot of these kids now, because they think that that's the only thing that they should be doing. Like, do you like it at this level? At that level, that young?
I think that you should play as many sports as possible, because I feel like basketball translates to football in a way, and baseball, and kind of everything connects in a way. Basketball taught me a lot. I mean, maybe more agile, I guess, and I was a little bit more mobile. I could jump a little bit higher. And, I mean, people that play soccer, you get a little bit more conditioning. There's a little bit parts that you can take from each sport and kind of use in the other sport. So, I mean, no, I don't think playing one sport. I mean, obviously baseball, I feel like baseball is a sport. It's year-round. So, obviously it's a little bit different than football, where we go, when you're young, you have football season, and you have off. There's nothing to do. You got school. So yeah, I feel like playing as many sports. I mean, personally, that's what I believe is the best.
I mean, I agree with you. I think baseball is the only tricky one, right? Because it's such a hard game, and it's truly a sport where you must master every single fundamental and basic before you can ever add anything on top of it. Now I just think about the kids and if you are only ever forced to play one sport, then are you truly like playing a game, or has this become a job right out of the gate, right? Sure. Like you think about burnout, you think about the lack of, I know in the game of baseball, like youth involvement in the game of baseball, like at one point it was considered a dying sport. Like I wonder if the combination of how hard it is with the failure that comes with it, and then the fact that Johnny's dad and mom say that he leaves school and goes to a hitting lesson and then goes to a pitching lesson and then plays the game that night, and then he does the same thing over and over and over out the course of a 365-day period, and then you add on all those years on top of it. Man, I feel bad for the kids, man. It almost goes from being a game to a job, and I think also just the ability to go play a different sport and free your mind and go do something for fun, right? Like you loved football. And basketball was like you're exactly, but why though, right? Because it was fun, and in the back of your mind, you knew like I'm not going to play college basketball. I'm going to play college football. Yeah. But you'd go out on that court, and it was just like a kid's game, right? Like you loved it. There was no anxiety. It was just excitement. Yeah. So
miss a 3-pointer. I'm over there smiling. I'm just ready to get back on defense.
Damn right. Sick. Damn right. So yeah, I think there's just getting into this 2-sport athlete thing, and in my opinion, top 3 greatest 2-sport athlete of all time. We're biased, but I'm going Deion Sanders, Charlie Ward, and Bo Jackson is my top 3. So so excited to have Charlie on, man. Kids,
fun.
Play more sports. We want to welcome in an FSU legend, 1993 Heisman winner, the only Heisman winner to ever go on and play in the NBA, an incredible Seminole, obviously an incredible athlete, dual sport athlete, an incredible person from what you told me. I wish I could say I'm friends with Charlie Ward after this one now. So, hey, yep, that's my boy. I'm just so grateful to be able to have him on. You think about all the Seminole greats, and there is never one person that would ever mention any Seminole Mount Rushmore and not mention Charlie Ward. And if you do, you don't know enough. So,
heck yeah.
Thank you for joining, baby.
Thank you, man. Obviously, Charlie, head coach at FAMU. That's so sick. Charlie, your career has been so amazing. From sports to now coaching. Obviously to being a dad. Caleb being my roommate for a year. So hearing all the stories from him was such a blessing. So my biggest question for you is, knowing your family, how important is your family to your success?
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on first off, and just a great blessing to be on the Travis Brothers show. Great admiration for you guys and the work that you've done and put in. So just grateful for a chance to be on. And, my family, of course, it doesn't start with just my immediate family now. It's been my mom and my dad, the examples that they've been, along with my mother-in-law and my father-in-law when he was alive and living. And so, the family dynamic has been a part of who I am and my success over the years, because I've had great support from all of them. And my wife is, she's the king of it. She's the queen of, the family. And because, she's endured a lot, a lot of moving, especially as a wife of a professional athlete, and then having kids on top of that, and all the sacrifices she's had to make with her career and different things. And so that's just, when you have a wife like that, and we've been married for 30 years now, and that's just a great blessing. And then our family, our kids as well, has been a great support system. But just having somebody to support you, we know how big that is when you have people in your network, in your family that support what you're doing, and vice versa. That's the way it goes. So just grateful, to be able to have people that we all have flaws and things we have to work through, but if you're willing to work through them, you can definitely do a lot more by working through them. So just grateful to be able to have family that cares.
I mean, I think that's so well said, right? And you, Charlie, I mean, you think about, the sports and you mentioned those sacrifices. And I think that when we're in those moments and you're playing, like you almost lose sight of those moments, right? And then you go on, you have your career, you have the ability to sit back and look at all that you've been able to accomplish. And you realize very quickly that without a good support system, which starts with your family and wife and kids and parents, none of us would have ever been able to make our dreams come true. So I just think that's so well said. And I can't give enough of love to your wife and your family, because whatever they did, they got to give me the recipe, baby. Because I got two kids now, Charlie. I got a 17-month-year-old boy named Bo. Hopefully he's like Bo Jackson or Charlie Ward, 2-sport athlete. Let's go. And now I got a daughter, 2 weeks old. Mm-hmm. She gonna be the next Serena Williams, Charlie.
Heck yeah.
Let me get that game plan.
Yeah. You made it back to back. There's a couple of food for thoughts when it comes to family dynamic. And most times the babies come right after each other because of just, the natural deal. But 17 months and 2 weeks old, that's baby's still in diapers, both of them. So at least, there's a season of life. And so you'll go through the seasons of life, where you're having to change diapers and all those types of things, potty train. And then all of a sudden you look up and say, oh, man, I'm going to a graduation. Or whatever the case may be. You're like, where did the time go? And so just enjoy the moment. That's all I can say. That's for everything. Just enjoy the moment.
Thank you for that. Because, I mean, I tell you, Bo is 17 months old now. And I'm like, I feel like it was just yesterday and now I got another one. And then you deal with that guilt. Like, oh, crap, how do I do this? Like, I don't want to love this one more than the other. How do I show them attention and love? So thank you for that. And I tell you what, any tips you got, just keep sending them to me because I need help. I'm learning on the fly, baby. I'm learning on the fly. But I want to, you think about your sports career, obviously, and I know for me personally, right? Like I've always heard about Charlie Ward when Dad would talk about Charlie Ward. Like he was really like, I think, and I want to get to the point where we can have Charlie speak on it, but he was like almost the beginning of like true dual threat quarterbacks, mm-hmm. right? And then he takes off and has an 11-year NBA, year career. And I mean, I got to dig on that and find out how that whole process happened. But now that you're coaching and you're coaching basketball, you're the head coach at FAMU. Go Rattlers, baby, all day long. Tallahassee represent. Let's go. I got you, but hey, don't worry. I'm going to represent. I don't wear green and orange, though, Charlie, but I tell you what, I go Rattlers all day. Go Rattlers, baby. Yeah. But from your playing career to now coaching, like what I guess are like the biggest, you got to play for Valley Bowden, and I'm sure there's a lot of, similarities in how you coach, but what are like the big keys in your focus when you lead your young men? I'm sure it's not basketball first all the time. Like what are some keys for you in leading these young men?
I mean, you named, I had some quality coaches. First started my dad. I got a chance to watch him as a high school coach and how he loved on his young men that he was coaching. And also, did the same thing for us. And I just wanted to be around him, even though he was at work. I just wanted to be around him because I loved sports. That was like my deal. And then I got an opportunity to play for, Coach Bobby Bowden for 5 years. And just his family atmosphere, family first, God first, family first. And then, of course, he was a very good coach as well. And he allowed his coaches to grow up. They had responsibilities, and he held them accountable for those responsibilities. But as you saw, they went on to do great things. A few of them went on to do great things as head coaches or assistants somewhere else once he retired. But that gave me, the opportunities to understand what being a leader looks like from that position. I was thrust in, I had a lot of great opportunities as a player to be a leader. So I understood from that side. But he also, showed me what it looks like to be a great leader by the people he brought around us. And so I had the pleasure of being coached by Mark Richt as my quarterback coach. And then Coach John Eason was like a father figure while I was in school. He worked to take care of us. And so they just gave me the blueprint, what it looks like to be in an environment where you can honor your relationship with the Lord. You can be respectful and get the most out of people by giving them, structure and discipline. And you can have success, while doing all those things. And so it was just great to be able to be in his presence, in his environment, his culture that he built at Florida State. And that kind of helped propel me to, just understand that, every environment won't be the same. But I was blessed to be on some quality teams in the NBA and play for some quality coaches, which I also learned a lot of great life lessons from when it came to managing people and having a sense of humor while doing all that, and having good players, how to manage great players, and so all my coaching style really comes from my playing days, along with the coaches that I was involved a part of growing. I mean, through my professional journey, to be able to just put it all together. And so, what is my style? Making sure our coaches have a voice, and of course, hiring the right people, but also allowing them to have a voice in what we're doing, and then hold them accountable to what we've set out to do. But more importantly, just loving on the young men that we've been able to coach or have coached, treating them like our own kids. Because when you do that, you know that you're not going to let anything slide or anybody treat them, you know, without respect. And so that is our mindset, our goal here at FAMU as well, is to treat them like our own. Because we know that when that happens, they will run through a wall for you, and you get better results. So we're a holistic approach. It's not all about basketball. It's about developing them as young men, because one day the ball's going to stop bouncing, as I know, even though it's been a long time, but the ball does stop bouncing, and we have to be productive citizens. And so how can we make that happen? Through pushing them, holding them accountable, teaching them how to compete, and also helping them learn what execution looks like and how you can be successful through your failures.
That's so good.
Heck yeah. I mean, I just got a question hearing all that. I mean, I've always wondered, because I feel like I've never heard you really raise your voice. I feel like you always have the same tone of voice. I feel like so many people ask me what type of leader I was at Florida State, and I go through so many different things because I wasn't an outspoken guy. You have guys like Jameis, and then now we have Tommy I feel like they're a little bit more outspoken. Like you see them, the way they walk, It's like, all right.
Yeah.
What type of leader were you at Florida State? I mean, football, obviously being the quarterback, and playing basketball.
Well, I was people call me the quiet assassin because I have a very competitive spirit, and I can get animated on occasions. I'm not the guy that's going to be the rah-rah guy. I wasn't that guy like Jameis, as you mentioned. I wasn't going to be the one talking about the other team, none of that kind of jazz. I was going to be the one that, politely said hello and nice and be nice to you while I'm working to try to see how I can, beat you, at everything. And, when I spoke, and even today, whenever I speak, people understand and know that it's important. And so I think everyone has a different style. But I know even in college when I spoke, people listened because they know that I listen a lot because I was quiet. I was always watching to see what was going on. And so they understood and respected that. But of course, being a quarterback, you have to talk and communicate. All those things are important, which I had to do. And as you can tell, I'm hoarse now because today we had our first practice,
And you
and
got him.
things need a little influence or enforcement. So
Heck yeah.
I mean, it's par for the course, but you can be who you are. You don't have to go outside yourself too much in order to get what you need across. But people have to respect you by the way you live your life. That's the biggest thing. You can talk a lot, but people are watching you, and so I just have to be consistent in that area. And then when I do speak, they understand and know that I'm speaking from a point of love and appreciation, not harm.
That's so good. I mean, God gave you, I know it's old, but he gave you 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. And it seems to me like Charlie Ward's got that dialed in pretty dang good, man. Yeah. I mean, you think about the best leaders, right? And I mean, we all played for some special coaches. I got to play for Mike Martin, one of the greatest coaches ever. And I think he was similar in that matter, right? Like he was very, very profound when he spoke. But boy, when Mike Martin spoke, like the whole room went quiet. And you almost could hear his voice from like damn Palm Beach to Tallahassee. So, yeah, I think that's so cool. That's what I love the most, right? About like the greatest of athletes that go back to coach. Like Charlie didn't mention one thing about the X's and O's. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't one thing about like his philosophy on the court. Everything was about making sure he builds a structure and a program full of staff members who have autonomy, that know that, hey, I need you here because I may be driving the ship, but I can't do all this alone. And I think that those are the best teams, right? Like we probably look back and we're like, damn, the best teams we ever played on. Everybody had a job. Everybody was focused on that same mission. And if every single day we showed up to do that damn mission, get that damn mission done and focus on our job, good things happen in the end. And that's why the Seminoles 1993 national champions. Baby, and 1999 national champions, and we should have been national champions in 2023. Charlie, I'm still mad. I'm so bitter. I'm bitter.
I feel you. I feel your pain. I know we got robbed for sure.
Damn, Jordan.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Anyway, stay away from that topic. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sitting on a podcast with the greatest, arguably Seminole to ever put on a uniform, and my other man to my left, my little big brother, is my favorite quarterback of all time. So I got two of like my favorite quarterbacks like all time on one podcast. I got to hear some football talk. Seminoles looking pretty sharp. You still in Tallahassee? You still going to the games? You following? If so, talk to me, Charlie. Should I be excited? We got Miami in 2 weeks. We ain't looking ahead, but give me something good, baby. Give me something good.
Well, I'm sure Jordan can kind of tell you this, and this is one of the things that, you can, when you're a part of a team, you feel good each and every week going into a game, especially if you have a team that you feel can compete. I mean, I've been on some teams where, regardless of who we were playing, we felt like we could win the game anywhere. And I've also been on some teams where, I mean, you're hoping that you can win because of just whether it's personnel, whatever it may be. You're hoping that you can win against certain teams. I feel that this team here has all the makeup of what championship quality teams look like.
Yes.
The year, and Jordan played on a few of those teams. At the beginning of his year, he's been on kind of quite a few. Where at the beginning of his journey, it was like that struggle. You were like, man, how are we losing to Jacksonville State? Now, like that, some things just didn't make sense. During some of those struggling years, and then that became like the expectation. And then the 10-2 year or whatever that, then the 13-0 year, it was like the expectation was every single time we stepped on the field, we felt like we should win because that was the result. And I feel like this team this year has that type of mantra. Why? Because even though we played two opponents, we played one opponent that's an SEC, and we beat them pretty good. And we played two other opponents that, of course, we should have beat, but we didn't play down, which is a sign of a good team. One of the things I always told my teams were, the score will reflect our execution. Because if the talent is equal, then our execution, the game's going to be close. The game should be close. If our talent is much better and we execute at a high level, then the game should look that way. The score should be, in basketball, a running clock in high school. And if you're playing football, the game should be 7-3 or whatever it was, 6-10. It should look like that. And so that to me just shows that their focus is different. Have a championship type of focus. And these next couple of weeks kind of tell as well. But I feel much better about this team than last year's team. I'll just say that. Just because they've shown that they can execute at a high level regardless of who they're playing.
I love that.
I love that too.
That's so true, right? Like, yeah, you're playing an opponent that is inferior. So what?
Mm-hmm.
Or like you would always say, like every day, like your boring damn post conferences or pre-game stuff. Like, yeah, we're 1% better every day. How we do anything is how we do everything. Like, damn right, it shows up on Saturday. And I agree. I don't know nothing about football, but I tell you what, I'm having fun on Saturdays. Charlie, I'm a Seminole fan and a Cowboy fan. In 2020, what was last year? 2024 was a very tough Saturday and Sunday, baby. So things are looking up. We ain't gonna talk about the Cowboys.
Cowboys
that's okay. Yeah, it's my dad's fault.
Okay.
You too?
No, I'm not. I mean, I was growing up. I was a Cowboys fan. I was a Cowboys fan growing up, but I'm not really a Cowboys fan now.
Yeah, good choice. Your Sundays, your Sundays are better than mine. So good for you.
Charlie, I got a question. So every time I see you, I think about Caleb, obviously, and being his roommate for that year. I mean, the things that we did, we used to go to the facility late at night, and I'm over here thinking, like, this is the first time I'm seeing someone, like, questions are starting to pop in my brain. I'm like, getting a little bit better at this.
Bro, you're getting better.
I'm getting better. So Caleb and I used to go to the facility late at night, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. It used to be just Caleb and I, and that was at the beginning of my career where I feel like I could not throw. If Caleb's standing 5 yards in front of me, I could not throw a spiral. And I remember I used to put the camera behind me. I had it propped up against a speaker or something and just trying to video my throws. And looking back on it, that's kind of what helped me take like that next step in my career, because I wasn't able to throw the ball, and one day it just popped. And Caleb helped me so much. Like, he was willing to go to the field all the time. So my question to you is, like, I'm trying to think about how I'm going to ask this. What did you do that kind of separated you from the rest, whether it's football or basketball? So
I didn't grow up going to any quarterback camps or had a QB coach outside of, the coaches that I had. A lot of mine was natural ability. And I just enjoyed playing the sports, whatever the sport was. God blessed me with great hand-eye coordination. So a lot of things from an athletic standpoint came easy. And during my time when I grew up, we played a lot in the neighborhood. And I had, I always had a ball in my hand in the house, even though I got in trouble from bouncing the ball. I'm sure y'all did the same. I broke a lot of things in the neighborhood and even at the house. Just because I was around it, whether it was kicking a ball or throwing a ball or whatever it was, or hitting a ball. I was doing all of the above, but I just enjoyed it, and it was something that I wanted to do. And so when I came to Florida State, just doing the extra meaning, whether it was going, like you mentioned. For me, people ask, well, how did you make it playing two sports? Well, my my freshman year in college, and I was the punter, and during that freshman year, I ended up playing intramural basketball with some of my football teammates. I'm sure that happened as well. From most football guys like to play basketball. So that kind of helped me because I played basketball in high school, and I wanted to play basketball when I got to Florida State. But I got an opportunity to play intramurals, and that kind of got the juices flowing. Played summer league with some of the basketball players, and that's where they went and told the coach that they think that I should go and play. So I used to go from football practice, and I would go into our gym, which was at the Moore Center at the time, and get some extra shots up, play one-on-one, just to get prepared and ready for the basketball season. So I was putting in extra time there. And when basketball season rolled around, I just played. But also, once I started playing quarterback, one of the things that, separated me was I felt like I watched a lot of film. I sat and watched Peter Tom Willis and Casey Weldon and Brad Johnson for 3 years. And I saw how they worked and what I had to work as well if I wanted to be special. Brad Johnson, what I learned from Brad Johnson was he was super competitive. He was competitive in everything. And so in order for me to fit in or want to win, which I wanted to do, whether it was running gassers or whatever it may be, or target game, we used to play target game as a quarterback. Um, he will want to win in everything. And so that taught me about being competitive. Peter Tom taught me how to watch film because from an athletic standpoint, he couldn't move out of the way. So he had to know where everybody was, where to throw the ball away. He had to know, protections. I mean, he had to know everything. And so he taught me how to watch film and how to be, that type of quarterback was a pocket passer. And then Casey Weldon was a little athletic, more athletic. And he was able to move around and make plays with his legs. So I learned those three things from those guys. And when my time came, I just put it all together. And I had some struggles early on and was able to overcome it. And but the ability was always there. I just had to make sure that I was throwing the ball to my team, which was my issue. You know, and what people fail to realize a lot is, my first time on the field was like my first real experience. I was essentially like a freshman because I hadn't had any game experience. And so I was out there trying different things, and ball was getting tipped, the ball in the air, overthrows, fumbling the ball, just all things that, inexperienced quarterbacks have to go through sometimes. I'm sure you've been in that situation before, Jordan. But being able to learn from those situations and continue to fight back. From a mental standpoint, it was very, very tough, but grateful to be able to have some great reminders. One being stadium steps, because when we threw interceptions, we had we had to do 10 stadium steps for every interception, and so I was on those stadium steps for quite some time, and I was negotiating with Coach Rick about them interceptions because sometimes it can be a good read and be an overthrow, or you can try to squeeze one in and the ball get tipped and you're like, man, it was just or defensive lineman get his hand up and the ball is tipped and there's an interception, or the receiver don't catch the pass and it pops up, and I was like, hold on, some of these, let's negotiate some of these deals because them stadium steps are adding up. And I'm running these deals. How can we find a way to eliminate some of these deals? Because I was accounting for I was making up for the interceptions via touchdowns in some form. But the deal was the interceptions cost more than the touchdowns, and so the banks were like 1, and the interceptions was like 10. I never understood that math and how it weighed on me, but I found a way to become better from it. So I stopped throwing the ball and putting the ball in harm's way, and we started winning big. But those things of separation the next year was based upon the things that I learned from the previous year. And that's why I talk about being successful from learning from your failures, because I failed a lot that year, and they stuck with me and gave me opportunities. And I had to, do the best I could with the opportunity. So I was afforded that, and I'm grateful that they did.
I mean, I just find it like so amazing that like all of the greatest athletes, when they speak on like how they became who they ended up being known as, to the whole world, it's always the failures, right? Like it's those times when you felt like, damn it, I don't even want to wake up today. Like, I hope lightning strikes the stadium and we can get this day off. Like no, it's those moments, man, like where you feel lost, that if we could convince these young athletes to like truly know that it's in these dark times that your greatest improvement is made, to actually enjoy those tough moments, right? Because Charlie, I don't know about you, but like I played baseball, right? Like 3 out of 10 times, if you get a hit, you're a Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it, which means you
Right.
fail 70% of the time, which means every night I go to sleep, if I was attached to the results, I would have been a failure every damn day. But Charlie, do you know that like I only miss sucking? Like I miss sucking so bad. Like I miss being lost in like being in the garage or being in the batting cages at 12 o'clock with a case of beer, just me and myself with no shirt on and my music, trying to figure out how the heck am I going to show up and play on national television tomorrow when my baseball bat feels like it's a foreign object that I've never picked up my whole life. So I just find that so cool that like the greatest, man, it's those failures that like stick out, and the great ones. The biggest difference between like great and good and okay and average and suck, like the great ones, they always get the hell back up, man. Like they get back up, punch them in the face, doesn't matter, I'm getting back up. So that was damn awesome to hear. Charlie, I got an idea for you though. Well, not an idea, but I got a thought. You talked about with Coach Rick, like how could I get out of these stadium gassers? Well, NIL today is pretty crazy, and I think that you might have set a record for NIL if they had it back when you played. So I got to ask you, sorry if you don't want to answer, don't do it, but I got to know, like, what's your take on this, like, whole world of, like, NIL and the transfer portal and, like, where our game's at today?
I'm excited for the NIL space and world, which I feel like I wish we'd have had some of it, but I'm grateful for the opportunities that we were afforded because, as I mentioned to you, the option for me to leave would have been sitting out a year. And so I had to count the cost if that was like my option. And I'm not saying that people who transfer, those types of things, I'm not saying that that's bad. But I know that was a consequence for me if I would decide I wanted to leave. But I decided to stick it out. The other thing is, I would have had to earn, and Jordan is in the same boat. I mean, he kind of walked into that deal with the NIL space, but he had been at Florida State and he kind of made his name bigger there. And yes, NIL would have been there because my name and picture was on, like bank cards. I was on a lot of different things that the university put out. And I would have loved to be able to, have resources to be able to bring my mom and dad and family to our games because they went to every away game anyway. They went in debt, but they went to every game because that's just who they are. But it would have been nice to be able to help support them, along with being able to support some of the other organizations that I was affiliated with in the community. And so I just think what my wife and I are doing today, we would have been doing. I would have been doing in college as well, through the NIL space, if that was a real thing at that time. But I'm happy for the young men and young women who get an opportunity to do it. I'm just the transfer portal gives a lot of options, and when we have a lot of options, sometimes things can get a little cloudy, and then we start making poor decisions and choices. But when it's all said and done, I always say every choice that we make, there is a consequence, and we have to be willing to live with that consequence, regardless of what it looks like. For somebody who stays for 2 or 3 years, great. For someone who's transferring every other year, they have to live with whatever the consequences are with that deal. But nonetheless, you have to do what's best. People say this all the time. You have to do what's best for yourself. But the thing that I miss the most is just the camaraderie. And I remember just the teams, my classmates, the majority of the guys that I came in with, I left with, or they left. A couple of them may have left early because to go to the NFL. But that is something that's missing today, is just classes staying together. And sometimes that's, it may go unnoticed or maybe missing. I'm not sure, but I just know when we have reunions, those times are normally, you remember those times. And so, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, whatever it may be, if you can get a class to stick together, those guys are normally going to be on the top or champions in their conference or what have you, because of the camaraderie and the chemistry.
Charlie, I know you got to run, and I'm so grateful for your time, and I wish that I could sit and ask you a million questions, but thank you so much for your time. I just want to, you think about like all the great stuff that you have done in your career, and sure, everybody like right away thinks about Charlie Ward on the field, but everything that I've ever heard in Tallahassee and from Jordan and from anybody really involved with the program is about the human you are, and you're driven by God, and you're a community leader, and I guess I want to ask you here, and it's my favorite thing to ask the greats is what do you want to be like remembered as mostly, and looking back at your time, like what are you most proud of that you've been able to accomplish up to this point in your life?
Well, I'll just say one of the things that people say, and one thing is that I'm authentic. And I think the other thing that people would say is I want to respect people. Like I've had to learn how to respect people for who they are, and work not to be judgmental of them, because we all have things that we don't like about someone else or we like about people. And so we just, regardless of what their views are, what they look like, we have to have, some level of respect for people. And so hopefully that's my heart, because, I want to please God in everything that I do. And he's always listening and watching to see how I treat people. And so I just want to be genuine in what I do as well. And because at the end of the day, I ask people this, if I ever ask you or ask someone to raise their hand if they want to be a hypocrite, no one would raise their hands. And so I just want to be authentic and genuine in everything that I do, so that, I'm not a hypocrite. And so, that is who I want to be remembered as someone who's authentic, and also someone who loves people for who they are.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. I mean, Charlie, thank you so much for your time. I've heard, like I said, a million great things about you. I know that you and Jordan have a bit of a relationship, but let me tell you something, man. Like, I didn't even tell Dad who the guest was today because I know Dad loves Charlie, but I'm going home today and I'm telling everybody, like, we got Charlie Ward on our podcast. Charlie Ward knows who I am now. Yeah, screaming to the world. Charlie, thank you so much, man. Yeah, let's go. I made it. I made it.
The baseball player. You're famous baseball player.
Yeah.
Travis Brothers.
You see? The whole world. They know. Charlie, thank you so much,
thank
man.
You,
man. I can't thank you enough.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Love you, man. Go Noles, go
Love
Rattlers.
You.
Let's go. I'm following y'all. No green and orange, but I'm following.
I appreciate it. Make sure your green and orange has a snake on it.
Welcome back to Travis Take 2. We're going to close as we always do, answering questions from you, the fans. Be on the lookout for our post on Instagram and X, and make sure to submit your responses. How about this first question?
Sick.
Eddie Melendez, my man Cam, goes through all the responses and finds one of my best friends since I was damn a kid, and finds damn Eddie. I mean, dang, Eddie, just call me, bro. But I know you're super smart and you always ask questions that make us have to think a little bit. So I guess I'll start it.
Please.
What's the most impactful non-sports memory / experience that made you a better athlete?
Wow.
I mean, bro, I was sitting across the street charging the Tesla, and I was looking what Cam, set up for us today, and I'm like, man, it's hard to ask a question that really makes me think. And I thought about it for a while, like really the whole drive over here. For me, I mean, sports is our life, right? Like I don't really know nothing else other than sports or sports stories that really kept me moving. But this question challenged me to like dig deep, and I think that the best answer that I know personally that I could find is like, growing up as a kid, and for me, money was never like the ultimate motivation for me to get to the big leagues and achieve my dreams. For me, it was getting to the big leagues, achieving my dreams, giving myself the ability to have a little bit of freedom. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, I know that my entire life, like, I just wanted to make it to a point where I can call mom one day and tell mom, like, hey, you can retire.
Yeah.
And, I obviously I came up a little bit short, but that's it's been my dream, and it's still my dream, man. Like sure, I would love my wife to I'd love to be able to tell my wife that she can retire now, and she can't retire because she makes all the bread. So keep going,
job.
Honey.
Sick job.
But for me, it was just that everyday motivation of trying to get to a spot where I can tell my mother, like, thank you for everything. Thank you for all your sacrifice my entire life. And you want to know what, honey? Like, you go sit back and enjoy your grandkids. That's what, for me, I think and engulfed the best answer I could give to this question.
Yeah. Well, thank God you went first, because I literally just created my answer right now. I'm over here thinking hard, and I'm like,
I got you, bro.
What is a memory off the field? Because you feel like in sports, all your memories are on the field. I mean, everything I think about, and someone says like your hardest moment, your happiest moment, everything's on the field. So it's kind of crazy. But sitting here thinking, bro, I mean, I go to probably my favorite thing to do is fishing. I mean, being able to take my teammates out in college, driving down to St. Mark's Lighthouse, putting the waders on and going out there and fishing, bro, just getting our minds off of the sport. I mean, I know it's a little bit about the sport, but getting our minds off the sport, because you have to find that getaway. You can't have your mind just stuck on your sport all the time, because you'll go crazy. You really will go crazy. I mean, you can't think about it 24/7. You have to have a life outside of it. So yeah, taking those guys down there, just driving down there and just getting away from college town area, alcohol and all those problems. Just
nowhere to go in Tallahassee, dog.
Nowhere. So just going down there, bro, and just catching some redfish, some trout, and bringing them home, cutting them up, and eating them. I mean, that was probably the best moments I've had, because you get to create bonds with your teammates that, I mean, you didn't have before. So, I mean, bringing Tatum Bethune out there, I remember him texting me one time, during the week, and he asked me if we can go out there, and just said like, thank you for taking me, because you have no idea, like, this is my first time I'm able to get my mind off the sport. He was going through a lot mentally, and just going out there helped him. I didn't know I was helping him. It's just my guy. When we're going out fishing, probably not catching much, but we're having a good time, bro, just getting our minds off of it. I mean, if you're in Tallahassee, go down to St. Mark's Lighthouse. It gets you, like, you feel like you're in Africa. You drive through, bro, and it's like the trees. That's like nothing but freaking green everywhere. Then you get to the end, it's like you can watch the sunset go down. You're facing the west, and the sun's going down, bro. It's so beautiful. So it's probably my favorite moment.
Yeah, and you like put on waders and go like 30 feet, 40 feet out in the water. No chance, bro. You can have that. I saw too many gators. Thank you so much. I'll sit in the car listening to music. Thanks for having me, bro. But there you go, Eddie. There's your answer, bro. Good question. Congratulations. You stumped us for a long time.
I'll take this one right here. If you had to trade sports for a day, who would do better? Jordan in baseball or Devon in football? I'll let you answer that question.
All right, Courtney, I love you, but you spelled Devon wrong. It's okay. I forgive you. Okay, so great question.
Easy answer.
Sorry, Jordan. I gotta go with this answer. I mean, I think that I would have been a better football player if I had to go that route. And yeah, that's what I'm sticking to. I mean, baseball is the hardest sport in the world, right?
I agree.
It's a tough question, but
yeah.
Back in my days where I was a little bit agile and I can make moves, like just for one play, I can score
one play. I'll give you one play. Yeah, one play a game. You might. Yeah. I mean, I would say we know I can't hit. I can hit early on in my career, about 6th, 7th grade. I was a switch hitter, but I feel like as I got older, the ball was moving a little bit too fast. But I think I can get in there and become a pitcher. I always wanted to pitch, bro. That was always something I felt like I could do, but I feel like you guys always pushed me away. No curveballs, only fastballs. But, I mean, I think I got you.
So you would have been a better baseball player than I would have been a football player? That's crazy.
I don't want to say it, but they pop you in the damn leg, you might be in trouble.
I mean, you touch me.
Our bodies are
I'm done.
feeling old already from baseball.
I mean, damn.
I know you guys play a lot of games, but
I went on the freaking MLB Home Run Derby X.
I know.
DL. Like, yeah, bro. One
Sick.
hit in football. See you later, Devon. Couldn't make it to 30 on the baseball field, bro. Great question. Love it. That's fun. This question comes from Dylan_Deathier. If you were randomly dropped into a pro sporting event with your entire country's hopes and dreams on the line, would you most want to attempt the following: a free throw, a penalty kick, a 25-yard field goal, or a 6-foot putt? I mean, that's a pretty good question.
It is a good question.
I feel like over a beer late at night, sitting at the campfire. How random can we get? Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got a thought on this question?
I'm either going with the 6-foot putt or 25-yard field goal, because I can't shoot. I feel like I shot so many free throws with Dad when we were younger, and that was never my strength.
You can't putt either.
I could putt with, what's the new putter called that we got?
Lab putter.
The lab putter. I'm all right with the lab
Can
putter.
we get a sponsor from Lab Putter? Damn, them things are expensive. All right, come on.
Yeah, but free throw and, penalty kick, I probably can't do that. I mean, I could kick a 25-yard field goal with my toe. That's my only problem. I didn't think about my leg.
Which leg is it again?
My left leg. It's my plant leg. That's the problem.
That's a little hard.
That's tough. 25 yards. It's hard.
It's kicking from 10. 15?
Yeah, 15.
Wait.
Yeah.
What is the distance when you kick a field goal? What do you add?
Honestly, I struggle with that. I think it's 10 from the end zone.
And then 7 yards back. Add 17.
Yeah.
So that would be, hold on, man. Do some math. I used to be good at math, too.
You're right. It's from the
18. It's from the 8. 17 plus
the
8.
snapper's on the 8. The holder's on the 15.
Yeah, but okay, so we on the 8-yard line. I'm snapping it. I'm kicking a 25-yard field goal. Yeah, I'm the long snapper. I ain't kicking. Ain't no way. These short, stubby legs, there is no bend, bro. Like, I have no, in the knees, they don't work. I mean, in looking at it, I feel like a 6-foot putt, like, that ain't easy. Like, pros are making 6-foot putts, at like a 50% clip, probably at best. And we get mad when we make miss 6-footers. Like, it's easy. A free throw, I'm going free throw, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I'm making a free throw. Oh, yeah.
Backboard?
Oh, yeah, like the whole country's hopes are on my back. A 6-foot putt, bro, like, nope, my hands are shaking, probably not doing it. 25-yard field goal, like I said, my leg don't go anywhere. And a penalty kick, I don't even know, like, where to kick a ball. Like, I see they say, like, you're supposed to kick, like, the side of your foot. Like, no, man, I only know how to kick with my toe. And I'm pigeon-toed and I'm bowlegged. Go ahead, have some fun with me. Yeah, it's okay. Everybody, Devon makes everybody laugh. I'm going free throw, bro.
I mean, I'm going to say 6-foot putt, but it depends where are we at. PJ National Champ course? Because there's no shot. I'm not picking that. I'll probably pick free throw too. But yeah, it depends where we're at, what course we're at. But I'll just say, I'll go safe. I'm going to say 25-yard field goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Travis Take 2. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe on YouTube and wherever you listen to your podcast. We appreciate your love and support, and we will see you next week. Go Noles, baby.